Hey everyone, welcome back to Love English Lab, where you learn to speak English naturally, confidently, and with real-life conversations. I'm Luna, and I'm so happy you're here today.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. If you enjoy improving your English in a calm, friendly way, don't forget to subscribe and join our amazing community of learners.
Today's topic is something we all need, not just in English learning, but in life, patience.
Oh yes, patience is such a big one. Everyone wants results quickly, fast progress, fast success, fast everything. But real growth takes time.
Exactly, and that's why patience is so powerful. It's not just waiting, it's how you wait.
I like that. Patience is active, not passive. It's about staying calm and focused even when things don't go as fast as you'd like.
Yes. And when it comes to learning English, patience is everything. Because fluency doesn't happen overnight, it's built little by little, one conversation, one new word, one listening session at a time.
Right. Sometimes people think, I've been studying for months and I'm still not fluent, and they feel frustrated. But the truth is that frustration is part of the process.
Exactly. Patience isn't about being slow. It's about staying consistent even when you can't see results yet.
That's so true. It's like when you plant a seed, you don't see the tree right away, but something is growing underground.
I love that example. It's the same with English. You might not notice your progress every day, but inside, your brain is learning and connecting things.
And the best part? One day, suddenly, everything starts to make sense. A phrase you use to translate now just feels natural.
Yes, that's the magic of patience. It rewards you quietly.
Exactly, and it's not just about learning. Patience also helps you in daily life with people, with work, with goals.
Yes, because being patient helps you make better decisions. When you slow down, you think more clearly.
I totally agree. Patience isn't weakness, it's strength under control.
Oh, I love that. Strength under control. That's a great way to describe it.
Thanks. And I think that's what we'll talk about today, what patience really means, how to develop it, and how it can make your English journey and your life more peaceful and successful.
That sounds perfect, because patience is one of those quiet skills that changes everything once you start practicing it.
Exactly. So let's dive in and explore how to build real patience, the kind that lasts.
Let's get started. So, Alex, let's start from the beginning. Why do you think patience matters so much, especially when it comes to learning something like English?
I think patience is what keeps everything together. It's what helps you keep going when motivation disappears.
That's so true. Because motivation feels exciting, but it doesn't last forever. Patience is what stays when the excitement fades.
Exactly. You know that moment when you start something new and everything feels fresh and fun? Then, after a while, it starts to feel harder.
Yes, the "this is more difficult than I thought" phase.
Right. That's where patience becomes your best friend. It helps you keep practicing even when you don't feel inspired.
Yes. Because the truth is, progress doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it feels like nothing's changing, but deep down, things are moving.
I love that. Learning is like a slow sunrise. You don't notice it minute by minute, but suddenly it's bright.
That's beautiful. And so true. You start understanding words you never focused on before, or suddenly you realize you didn't translate in your head this time.
Exactly. Those small invisible moments are proof that patience works.
Yes. And I think patience gives you peace. Instead of fighting the process, you start trusting it.
Right? You stop thinking, why am I not perfect yet? And start saying, I'm getting better every day.
That little change in mindset makes a huge difference.
It really does. Because when you're patient, You allow yourself to make mistakes. And that's when real learning happens.
Absolutely. Mistakes are not the enemy. Impatience is.
I couldn't agree more. Impatience makes you give up too early.
Yes. People quit when they don't see results fast enough. But imagine if kids gave up after falling the first time they tried to walk.
Exactly, we'd all still be crawling.
True. But as adults, we forget that learning takes time.
Yes, because we live in a now culture. Everything's instant coffee, instant messages, instant results.
And we start to believe that everything valuable should also be instant. But language learning doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. English is not a product you download. It's a process you live.
Oh, that's such a good line. Not a product you download, but a process you live.
Thanks. And it's true, every day you practice, even a little, you're building something permanent.
Yes. And patience lets you enjoy that process. You stop comparing yourself to others and start focusing on your own journey.
That's a big one. Comparison kills patience.
Definitely. Because when you compare your progress to someone else's, you stop seeing your own growth.
Exactly. It's like planting a flower and then digging it up every day to check if it's growing.
That's so true. It's better to water it, give it sunlight, and trust it's growing, even when you can't see it yet.
Yes. And that's patience, trusting the invisible work.
I love that. And you know what? Patience also builds confidence.
How so?
Well, when you keep showing up, even when it's hard, you start to trust yourself. You realize, if I can keep going through the slow days, I can handle anything.
That's such a great point. Patience gives you quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything.
Yes, it's not loud confidence, it's calm, steady.
I like that. It's the kind of confidence that says, I'm on my way.
Exactly. And I think that's what we all need to remember. Fluency doesn't come from rushing, it comes from returning.
Beautifully said, Luna. Every time you come back to practice, even when it's slow, you're building something real.
Yes, because patience is more than waiting. It's trusting your effort will pay off.
And it always does.
So, I guess we can say, patience is the secret ingredient that turns effort into results.
Perfectly said. And in the next part, we'll talk about how to practice patience, what it actually looks like in daily life and learning.
Yes, because patience isn't just a nice idea, it's a skill you can train.
Exactly, and anyone can get better at it. Let's talk about that next.
So, Alex, we've talked about why patience is important. Now let's talk about something more practical, how to actually practice it.
Yes, because patience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through small daily actions.
Exactly. I think one of the first ways to practice patience is by slowing down on purpose.
Oh, yes. That sounds simple, but it's powerful. Just taking a deep breath before reacting can completely change the situation.
Right? Because most impatience comes from rushing, from wanting everything to happen immediately.
Exactly. We think that faster means better, but sometimes slower means wiser.
I like that. Slower means wiser. It gives you time to think before you speak, before you decide, before you judge.
Yes. And the same goes for learning. If you rush through lessons just to finish, you don't really absorb the knowledge.
Exactly. You have to give your brain time to process what you're learning.
That's why repetition is so powerful. It's not boring, it's training.
Yes, repeating something is not failure. It's patience in action.
I love that. Another way to practice patience is to focus on consistency instead of speed.
Oh, that's such a good one. Many people want big results fast, but consistency always wins over intensity.
Exactly. It's better to study for 20 minutes every day than for 5 hours once a month.
Yes, Because habits built slowly stay longer.
And when you stay consistent, you start to see patterns not only in language, but in yourself. You realize, hey, I can keep going even when I don't feel like it,
That's the beauty of it. You start trusting your own effort.
right? And I think patience grows naturally when you stop judging yourself too quickly.
Absolutely. We often expect too much from ourselves. Perfect English, perfect pronunciation, perfect results right now.
Yes, but learning is messy. It's supposed to be.
Yes, it's not a straight line, it's a dance. Sometimes forward, sometimes sideways, sometimes even backwards.
That's true. But every step still matters.
Exactly. So, another way to practice patience is to celebrate small wins.
Yes, that one is so underrated. Most people only celebrate big milestones, but the small ones are what keep you moving.
Like when you understand a sentence in a movie without subtitles. That's a victory.
Or when you finally use a new phrase naturally in a conversation, that's huge progress.
Yes. Celebrating small wins keeps you positive, and positivity feeds patience.
Right. Because when you focus only on what's missing, you feel frustrated. But when you notice what's working, you feel proud, and that makes waiting easier.
So true. Gratitude and patience are connected.
I completely agree. You can't be impatient and grateful at the same time. Gratitude slows you down and reminds you how far you've come.
Yes, that's such a good point. Every time you say, I'm thankful for how much I've learned, you're training your mind to see progress instead of pressure.
Exactly. And that kind of mindset makes you stronger.
You know, another practical trick? Disconnecting for a while.
Oh, yes, I like that.
Because sometimes impatience grows when we're constantly comparing, scrolling through social media, seeing other people's success stories.
Yes, that can make you feel like you're behind.
Right, but when you take a break, even for a day, your mind relaxes and resets.
That's so true. You stop measuring your progress by someone else's timeline.
Exactly. And then you realize your path is unique, there's no need to rush.
I love that. It reminds me that patience isn't about waiting quietly, it's about waiting wisely.
Oh, that's beautiful. Waiting wisely.
Thanks. Because real patience doesn't mean doing nothing, it means continuing with peace.
Yes, it means taking action, but without anxiety.
Exactly. You keep moving forward, but with calm instead of pressure.
That's the sweet spot. Steady, peaceful progress.
Yes. And over time, that kind of patience becomes who you are. It becomes natural.
I love that. Because patience isn't just a skill you practice, it's a quality you become.
Exactly. And it changes the way you see everything, from your studies to your relationships.
Yes. You stop rushing people, you stop rushing life, you start living more deeply.
That's such a good way to say it. Patience makes you more present.
Yes, it helps you enjoy the moment, even if you're not yet where you want to be.
Exactly. And that's the real lesson. You don't wait to be happy. You learn to be happy while you wait.
That's perfect. So, in the next part, we'll talk about how patience transforms your life. Not just your English, but your mind, your confidence, and your peace.
Yes. Because once you understand that, patience stops being something hard. It becomes your superpower.
I can't wait to talk about that. Let's keep going. So, Alex, we've talked about why patience matters and how to practice it. Now, I want to go deeper. How does patience actually change your life?
Oh, that's a great question. I think patience changes the way you see the world. When you become patient, life stops feeling like a race.
I love that. You start to enjoy the process instead of always chasing the finish line.
Exactly, and that's when everything becomes lighter. You stop feeling pressure all the time.
Yes. Because impatience creates stress. You feel like you're always late, always behind, always not enough.
That's so true. But patience brings peace. You realize that your timing is different from everyone else's, and that's okay.
Yes, it's like realizing that you don't need to rush to be valuable.
Right. You can move slowly and still make progress. In fact, slow progress is usually stronger progress.
Exactly. Because when you build something slowly, you build it with care.
Yes. It's like building a house. If you rush, it might look fine at first, but it won't last long.
That's such a good image. Patience gives you strong foundations.
Absolutely. And not just in learning or work, but in relationships too.
Oh, yes. Patience helps you listen better, understand people, and avoid unnecessary conflicts.
Right. When you're patient, you stop reacting immediately. You give others space, and that makes communication calmer.
Yes, and people feel safe around you. They can tell when someone listens without rushing them.
That's so true. Patience creates connection.
Definitely. And it also changes the way you deal with failure.
Oh, that's a big one. When you're patient, failure doesn't feel like the end, it feels like a step.
Exactly. Because you understand that mistakes are just part of the journey.
Yes. Patience helps you stay kind to yourself after you fall.
I love that. Because being patient with others is important, but being patient with yourself, that's life-changing.
Totally. We're often so much harder on ourselves than we are on anyone else.
Yes, we expect perfection from ourselves, but we forgive others easily.
That's why self-patience is a real skill. It's learning to say, I'm still learning, and that's okay.
Exactly. Because growth takes time and you can't rush emotional maturity either.
Yes. When you become patient with yourself, you start to believe in yourself more.
Right? Because you stop quitting every time something feels difficult.
That's true. Patience builds resilience. It gives you the strength to keep going without losing hope.
Yes, it's like having an inner calm that tells you, it's okay, you're getting there.
I love that. Patience is like a quiet voice inside you that says, stay with it.
Exactly. It's gentle but strong.
And it changes how you think about success. You realize that success isn't about speed, it's about direction.
Oh, that's so good. Speed means nothing if you're going the wrong way.
Exactly. Patience keeps you steady on the right path.
And it also gives you time to enjoy small moments, like a good conversation, a sunset, or a quiet morning coffee.
Yes. Impatience makes you miss those things. You're always thinking about what's next instead of what's now.
Right? But patience brings you back to the present.
Exactly. It's not just about waiting, it's about living while you wait.
I love that. Living while you wait. That's so true.
It changes everything. Your stress, your energy, your happiness.
Yes. And it makes you more grateful because you notice the good things happening right now.
Totally. Gratitude and patience always walk together.
I like that they walk together.
It's true. Gratitude makes you patient, and patience makes you grateful.
And together they make you peaceful.
Yes. You stop needing everything to be perfect, and you start appreciating what's already beautiful.
That's such a powerful lesson because life is never perfect, but with patience, it can always be meaningful.
Beautifully said. And I think that's the real secret. Patience transforms not just what you do, but who you are.
Yes. It turns frustration into calm, comparison into confidence, and waiting into wisdom.
I love that. Wading into wisdom, that's such a good line.
Thanks. And I think that's the message we want our listeners to remember.
Yes. Patience is not weakness, it's power under control.
Exactly. It's what gives strength to kindness and depth to success.
And when you live with patience, you start feeling that life isn't something to rush through, it's something to grow through.
That's perfect.
So in the next and final part, we'll talk about how to keep your patience when life gets really hard, because that's when it matters most.
Yes, because patience is easy when everything's fine. The real challenge is staying calm when things fall apart.
Exactly. Let's talk about how to do that next.
So, Alex, we've talked about how patience changes our lives, but what about those moments when everything feels heavy, when things don't go your way?
That's when patience becomes the hardest, right? When you're tired, when you're waiting for results, or when life keeps testing you.
Yes. And I think that's when we learn what real patience actually means.
True, because it's easy to be calm when life is comfortable. But when things fall apart, that's when patience becomes strength.
Exactly. I think of patience as emotional endurance. It's like a muscle, it grows every time you face something uncomfortable and decide to keep going anyway.
I like that. It's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about staying kind and focused even when things are not fine.
Yes. Patience doesn't mean ignoring pain, it means walking through it without losing hope.
That's so true. It's choosing peace when your mind wants panic.
I love that. Choosing peace, that's something we can all practice.
Definitely, because every challenge is like a classroom. You can complain or you can learn.
Yes, patience turns problems into lessons.
Exactly. For example, when you face delays, maybe you're learning English and you don't feel progress. Patience helps you see that time is still working for you, not against you.
That's such an important reminder. Growth is happening even when you can't see it.
Yes. Think of a tree. You don't see its roots growing, but that's where the real strength forms.
I love that metaphor. It's so true. Sometimes we grow in silence, in moments no one notices.
And patience helps you believe in that invisible work.
Exactly. It's trust in motion, trusting that every small effort will turn into something meaningful later.
Yes. And the moment you start trusting the process, challenges feel less like walls and more like steps.
That's so good, because patience doesn't remove the problem, but it changes how you climb it.
Right. It gives you clarity. When you rush, you make mistakes. When you slow down, you find solutions.
Yes, and you also protect your peace. Sometimes the most patient thing you can do is take a break.
Absolutely. Rest is part of patience. It's not quitting, it's recovering.
Exactly. Because if you keep running on empty, you can't stay calm or consistent.
Right. Even machines need to recharge. Humans do too.
And when you come back after resting, you see things differently. You realize most problems aren't as big as they felt.
That's so true. Distance gives perspective, and patience gives you that distance.
Yes. It's like you create space between the problem and your reaction.
Exactly. And in that space, you find wisdom.
Oh, I love that. Patience creates space for wisdom.
It really does. You start asking better questions. What can I learn here? Instead of why me?
That's a big shift from frustration to reflection.
And that's where growth begins. You stop fighting every delay and start learning from it.
Yes, because some things take time to prepare you, not punish you.
That's powerful. Some delays are not denials, they're training.
Exactly. Patience helps you see the purpose behind the pause.
I love that phrase, the purpose behind the pause.
It's true. Every waiting season teaches you something: empathy, resilience, or maybe just the ability to slow down and listen.
And once you realize that, patience stops feeling like waiting, it starts feeling like growing.
Yes. It's like you change your relationship with time. You stop saying, I'm stuck, and start saying, I'm learning.
Exactly. That's when challenges become transformation.
And I think that's what we all want, to turn hard moments into lessons that make us stronger.
Yes, because that's what patience really does. It transforms frustration into focus and waiting into wisdom.
That's beautiful. And when you understand that, even difficult times stop feeling hopeless.
Right? You start realizing that challenges aren't there to break you, they're there to build you.
Yes, they stretch your strength, they test your faith, and they deepen your understanding.
Exactly. And all of that becomes the foundation for growth, which is what we'll talk about next.
Perfect. Because patience isn't just about surviving challenges, it's about using them to grow into your best self.
Exactly. Let's talk about how that happens next.
So, Alex, now that we've talked about staying patient through hard times, let's talk about what happens after that, how patience actually transforms us.
Yes, that's the best part. Because patience isn't just surviving something, it's how you come out stronger after it.
Exactly. Every time you choose patience instead of frustration, you grow a little, even if you don't notice it right away.
Right. I think patience changes your perspective first. You stop chasing results and start appreciating the process.
Yes. You realize that life isn't a race to win, it's a journey to understand.
That's a great way to say it. And slow growth might not feel exciting, but it's the kind that lasts.
Totally. Fast success can fade, but slow success becomes part of who you are.
Exactly, because slow growth gives you roots, not just results.
I love that. Roots instead of just results.
It's true. When you grow slowly, you build emotional balance, focus, and strength. You learn not to break every time something goes wrong.
Yes, and that's the real transformation. Patience doesn't just make you calmer, it makes you wiser.
Exactly. You start to understand yourself better. You see what triggers your stress, what motivates you, what gives you peace.
And that self-awareness changes everything. You stop reacting to life, you start responding to it.
That's a great point. Because patient people don't rush decisions. They think clearly.
Yes, they choose peace over pressure.
And that doesn't mean being slow, it means being intentional.
Exactly. It's the difference between waiting and wasting.
That's a great phrase. Waiting and wasting.
Because when you're patient, you're not wasting time. You're preparing yourself quietly for something bigger.
That's so true. It's like when you learn English, you might think you're not improving, but every time you listen, read, or repeat a word, something is happening inside your mind.
Yes. And one day it all connects, and you realize the waiting wasn't empty. It was working.
Exactly. That's why patience creates confidence.
Oh, I love that idea that patience builds confidence.
It does. Because every time you stay calm and keep going, you prove to yourself that you can handle challenges.
Yes, you stop needing everything to go perfectly before you believe in yourself.
Right, you start believing during the process, not just after success.
And that's a much stronger kind of confidence. Not loud, not showy, just peaceful and sure.
Exactly. It's the kind that says, I know I'll get there, even if it takes time.
That's powerful. And it's not just about goals. It's about life in general.
Yes. Patient people have a different kind of energy. They don't force things. They allow them to grow naturally.
Right. They understand that everything has its own rhythm and fighting it only creates stress.
Exactly. Patience helps you move with time, not against it.
That's so true. It teaches you that slow doesn't mean late, it means deep.
Oh, that's a good one. Slow doesn't mean late. It means deep.
Thanks. Because when you take your time, you really learn, you really feel, you really live.
Yes. You stop just passing through life and start being present in it.
And that presence gives meaning to everything, even to challenges.
Definitely. Because when you're patient, you start seeing purpose where before you only saw problems.
Exactly. You start understanding that every delay, every difficulty is shaping you for something ahead.
Yes. It's like life saying, you're not ready yet, but you're getting there.
That's so beautiful, because it means time isn't the enemy, it's the teacher.
Exactly. And when you treat time as your teacher, you grow with grace instead of frustration.
Grace instead of frustration, I love that.
Me too. And that's why patience is powerful. It doesn't just change your results, it changes you.
Yes. You become more focused, more peaceful, more confident, and those qualities attract better things into your life.
Right? Because when you're calm, you make better choices.
And when you make better choices, good results come naturally.
Exactly. Patience is like the quiet foundation under every kind of success, relationships, work, personal goals, learning.
Yes, it supports everything, but you don't always see it.
Like the roots again. They're invisible, but without them, nothing can grow.
Exactly. And that's what we want our listeners to remember, that slow growth isn't failure, it's formation.
That's such a beautiful message. Formation, not failure.
Because you're not just reaching goals, you're becoming the person who can hold them.
That's perfect. Patience shapes you for what's coming, so when success arrives, you're ready for it.
Yes. And that's the quiet miracle of patience. It doesn't just give you what you want, it gives you what you need to handle it.
I love that. And that's the perfect thought to end this chapter with.
Exactly, because once you understand that, patience stops feeling like waiting and starts feeling like becoming. So, Alex, after all these conversations, I think we can say that patience isn't just a habit, it's a way of growing.
Yes, exactly. It's how we turn small efforts into real change. Patience is what connects today's actions with tomorrow's success.
I love that. Because sometimes people see patience as waiting and doing nothing, but it's actually the opposite. It's quiet progress.
Right. It's what happens behind the scenes while no one's watching. The slow work, the silent learning, the daily practice.
Yes. And all those small, invisible moments become the foundation of real confidence.
Exactly. Patience teaches you that strong things don't grow fast, they grow deep.
That's such a good image, because when you grow deep, you don't fall apart easily. You have balance.
Yes. And balance is something the world really needs. Everyone's in a hurry, but patience reminds you that peace is not found in speed, it's found in presence.
That's beautiful. Patience gives you the power to slow down, to breathe, and to actually live what you're experiencing.
Yes. And that's what makes your progress meaningful. You're not just collecting goals, you're becoming someone wiser, calmer, stronger.
Exactly. You stop being controlled by time and you start working with it.
Yes. You understand that everything in life, learning, relationships, dreams, has its own rhythm.
And when you move with that rhythm instead of fighting it, you feel lighter.
Totally, you stop rushing and start trusting.
I think that's one of the most powerful lessons patience teaches us: trust.
Yes. Trust in the process. Trust in your timing. Trust in yourself.
And that's something every English learner can remember too. You don't need to be fluent today, you just need to keep showing up.
Exactly. Fluency isn't built in a week. It's built one conversation, one listening practice, one small moment at a time.
Yes. And the same goes for life. You grow every time you choose calm instead of frustration.
That's so true. Every moment of patience is actually a moment of power.
I love that. Patience is power, not the kind that shouts, but the kind that lasts.
Yes, because patient people don't lose control, they guide it.
And that's what makes them strong.
Exactly. So if you're listening to this and you feel stuck, remember, you're not stuck. You're growing slowly.
Yes. And slow growth is still growth. It's the kind that lasts and shapes who you become.
Right? And one day you'll look back and realize that the waiting wasn't wasted time, it was preparation.
That's such a comforting truth. Patience doesn't delay your dreams, it prepares you for them.
Exactly.
So, to everyone listening, be gentle with your pace, trust your journey, and keep moving forward, one calm step at a time.
Because your growth is already happening, quietly, deeply, and beautifully.
Thank you for being here with us today.
And remember, good things take time, but great things take patience.
Always.